All right, man, you still here with your homeboy first. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put your partners on all things IG Entertainment, okay? If you missed my reaction to Jackson State's dominant win over FAMU, make sure you go check that out as well. You feel me? In all segments of Put It On Something. But Jackson State will be facing off against Tennessee State this next week, which will for right now at least, be the last meeting they'll have in the Southern Heritage Classic. Something tells me this really ain't over. I think down the line, once the money get right, all this money situation get right, I think they're gonna rekindle this shit. But for right now, uh, this is the last meeting, okay? And Jackson State will be coming into the matchup off of a dominant victory against FAMU. All right. You already know what went down. 59-3. Offense, defense, special team, everything was goddamn good. Okay. But Tennessee State is coming off of a loss. But I put my eyes on that game. I watched that game. They should have won that game. They should have won that game. Okay. Um, if you look at the box score in terms of first downs, Eastern Washington had 25. Tennessee State had 23. Okay. Tennessee State dominated time of possession, 33 minutes to 26 minutes. Um, Eastern Washington had 348 passing yards, and that's what really did the damage. Tennessee State had 257. Tennessee State had 290 yards on the ground, though. Okay. Most of that production coming from Mr. Starling. That motherfucker went 25 carries for 207 yards, and that's 8.3 yards a clip. Okay. So they were right there, man. But they played great in the first half. The score was 22-19 with under 2 minutes left in the first half. And Tennessee State was driving. Eastern Washington got a sack, though, sack fumble, matter of fact. And then they subsequently scored a touchdown. So Tennessee State could have gone into the half with a lead. Instead, it went the other way. With all that said, in the second half, Tennessee State still tied it up midway in the fourth. But Eastern Washington went straight back down, scored late in the fourth to go ahead. But then Tennessee State seemed like they had pretty much had figured out their defense, and they went back down. They were driving, had a great chance tied up again, but they threw a pick. Just by putting my eyes on that game again, Tennessee State was not overmatched in that game. Like I told you, they were dominating on the ground. I mean, Tennessee State ran the ball 54 times. Okay. And when you're getting that much production shit, I keep running it too. And that kind of shows you when your head coach is an all-time great college football running back, you probably are gonna tote that thing. You feel me? But this ought to be a great game in terms of seeing how Tennessee State can run the ball and seeing how Jackson State can stop the run. It ought to be physical. Ought to be a whole lot of that. You know what I'm talking about? Ought to be a game where brother Aubrey Miller has a whole lot of opportunities to rack up some tackles. You feel me? Now, like I said, what fucked up Tennessee State was the fact that they let Eastern Washington's quarterback, Mr. Talkington, that man went 29 of 46 for 348 yards and 5 tubs. Okay? So if you Shador and you watching film this week, I'm sure he gonna be licking his chops. Him and that receiving core, they ought to be licking their chops because it ought to be hella opportunities. You feel me? Eastern Washington completed balls to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cats. Okay. And we just saw Jack State completed balls to 12 cats against FAMU. So if Shador can come in and basically just replicate this, We got the better defense, even though Eastern Washington coming into that game was ranked 12th. And then I saw some publications had them 13th, but they were ranked higher than Jack State coming into the game. Come on, bro. Again, I put my eyes on that game. Eastern Washington's defense is not Jackson State's defense. It's not. Okay. But Tennessee State could be had through the air. So if Shadul can replicate the kind of performance, which would be tough, shit, starting the game off 17-17, that was crazy. You know what I'm talking about? But if he just be solid, take what the defense gives him, as he just did in his previous game, and that defense can be that defense, Jack State should undoubtedly win this ball game. Now, will they win it in a like 59-3 fashion? Will it be Jackson State by 40? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I know Coach Prime and Shador say shit, the goal is to dominate. God damn it. And it should be. It should be. When you're recruiting like that, your goal should be to dominate. You feel me? And it should be a dominant performance. But again, Tennessee State did look good against Eastern Washington. I'm telling y'all, they did look good. All right, so Jackson State needs to stay humble, stay hungry, enjoy the win tonight. You know what I'm talking about? I know they got a lot of real shit to deal with when they come back this way to Jackson. Coach Prime alluded to the hotel they putting them up in, 15 racks a night, man. It's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. So hopefully they can stay focused on what they got to do and be ready to roll. All right, because it's the last dance, you know what I'm talking about? So the fan base ought to be energized. Motherfuckers ought to be ready to take that ride on up there. A lot of folks that couldn't make it to Miami, probably, especially after seeing that masterful performance against FAM, you probably going to be even more energized to take that ride, you know, relatively short ride on up there to Memphis and enjoy themselves, okay? So what are y'all predictions, though, man, for possibly the last Southern Heritage Classic between Jackson State University and Tennessee State? Oh, let me not forget this. Y'all folks that do these rankings, I need to see some straightening. As my brother Tim G. Jacob said, I need to see some straightening. Okay? Y'all just saw what we did to FAMU. Okay? So if we come out here and beat the shit out of Tennessee State, who just performed very admirably, should have beat number 12 Eastern Washington, y'all better get Jack State inside this goddamn top 10, if not this week anyway. Okay? We need to see some straightening. Y'all got eyes. Just want to make sure I say that. All right? Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?